Welcome to episode 2 of the Wilderness Podcast. I am your host, Dills, and with me is the co-host, Deegan.
Hey, what's up?
So how'd your week go last week?
Not too bad. I haven't had too much time to play that many games. But yeah, I mean, a little busy with school starting and whatnot.
Yeah, when did school start?
Tuesday for me.
Yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty stressful. Nothing else that happened that's interesting?
Nothing interesting. I mean, Battlefield 1 beta was a thing, so I was playing that.
How was that? I haven't checked it out yet.
It's actually really good. Like, I've always liked, like, the World War I type of, like, shooter.
Cool.
And, yeah, it's pretty fun.
The only thing I've seen is the trailer for it, and it looked awesome for that, but I didn't try the beta or anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know, it's a pretty good time. Tank's a little overpowered, but whatever.
Yeah, that game looks like I'm pretty excited for that game to come out. The Zeppelins look awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. But you do anything fun on RS? On your main or anything like that?
Not much. I did the Iron Man challenge, and that was about it. I did the Winter Hold, like the new raid that came out. I did, like, I think 4 runs of it.
Yeah, okay. So we'll go more into that, because that just came out today, so we've tried it a little bit. It's pretty cool. Okay, I'll tell you guys about my week. So, yeah, not too much. Well, actually, I've had car problems last week. So it was in the morning before I start work, and I actually had to go to work an hour early, so it's like 5 in the morning. I go to start my car, and it wouldn't even turn over. So, yeah, I was kind of fucked. I couldn't get it anything. So, I ended up calling CAA to come up and just give me a boost. Just because I thought that would fix everything. So they came, yeah, they gave me a boost. They tested it out too, and I have a fairly new car. It's only like 2 years old. And so he said the battery says it has like 50% life, and it should last like another couple years. But so he leaves. I drive to work, and then every point since then, my battery's just dead. And like normally, you get a boost, you let the car run for like an hour or so, and normally you'll have enough juice to charge again. So I had to go out and buy like a rechargeable battery pack, which was like $150, and that it still wouldn't keep the charge after I did that. So eventually,
What the fuck?
I had to keep boosting it, and eventually the transmission module, some computer chip, my car just wouldn't move. No matter if you put it in drive or reverse, it just wouldn't move. So I had to get a tow truck, bring it all the way to Ford to get it fixed, and so it was there for a couple days, and then I got it back.
Jesus.
Yeah, and the day I got it back, I got to drive to my girlfriend's parents, and I fucking get caught for a speeding ticket. So when I brought my car in, I took my little booklet out that has my ownership and my insurance, like all the information I needed. But I had a rental cars, and then I never put the booklet back in my car. So I got 3 tickets. I got the no insurance slip and the no ownership slip.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was like $250 in total. But luckily, when I went to the girlfriend's parents, her uncle or something is like an OPP, and I never met him. But as soon as I get there, he's like, "Let me see the tickets." And he's like, "Okay, you know what? We can probably drop the 2 insurance and ownership and whatnot." So that was kind of shitty, that part there, but.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you got the 2 tickets dropped. That's kind of nice.
Well, I haven't done it yet, but he says we probably can do that. So,
oh, okay.
Whatever. What else? Oh yeah, so I started doing Zulrah last week on my main. I finally got Void because I was trying to do Zulrah before on my.
Your mic's just cut.
Oh,
there we go.
Better. Let's just step away. Anyways, so I started doing Zulrah last week. Like I was doing it before, but I was using Carols and Arams, and I. Literally like died like must have been 50 times, and I killed him maybe 3 times. Yep. And I decided to grind out Void because everyone was saying how much better it is. So I've eventually grinded out all the Void, and so I've been able to kill Zulrah so easy since then. That's all I've been doing on my main for the most part.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck, that's an awesome money maker. Like better than anything I was doing before. Like that's awesome.
Yeah, Zulrah's crazy. I got a buddy who got both the fangs and like 4 kills. He hasn't gone back. He just made so much money, like so fast, and that was it.
Yeah, like even if you don't get the big drops, you're still making like fair amount every time. So
yeah,
I've killed I think like 40 of them so far. I plan to just go straight to 100, and from depending how much money I have with that, I might just keep going because I'm a little poor. I've blown a bunch of money just power leveling my range with Chinchompas and power leveling my mage with Ice Burst. And just I've been blowing a lot of money just leveling up quickly. So it's really nice to be able to kind of get it all back without spending countless hours doing something boring because Zoller is actually a lot of fun, and like I know a lot of people bitch about how it's kind of like a profit snake, but it until you know the fight, it's tough. Like I must have lost like 500k worth of resources because I just kept dying, and it was
that's the thing. Like learning the fight is probably just the whole challenge, like knowing the rotation, and then I think once you have that memorized and it's like it becomes second nature, I think that's when people start complaining and like. Because it's just a memory. Like you just memorize shit, and you just run through the motions, and like boom, this is how you make money now. Like you just kill this boss; it's really easy.
Yeah, and like what I started noticing is you notice like I don't have it all memorized, but you notice a pattern. Like you kill a phase, or the next phase ends, and I have an idea of what's going to start, so I'm ready to switch my prayers and everything. So it's so it's pretty good. And Void was just awesome for that. That gives you so much more extra power versus the Arams and Carols.
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy. Like, that's why pretty much everyone says if you can use Void, like use it.
Yeah, like I don't know. It kind of bothers me how useful Void can be in so many different situations.
Yeah, like every aspect of RS, like Void, there's like a part or like a point where Void is like the best gear, like PvP, like doing bosses and just like even like just grinding certain mobs or monsters and like if you Chinchompa just like those skeletons at Apatol, like you're supposed to wear Void. Like I don't know,
I know there is there is a point where Void is almost always better to use because it's percentage based or whatever. But you see it in the wilderness a lot. You see it in bossing and all that kind of stuff. So I noticed it's a lot more useful than I think I would like, but. Anyways, that's besides the point. And I think that's basically my week. That's about it. We're gonna there's a guy at work. We're gonna kind of prank tomorrow because it's been so hot at work. So I work construction, so like you're kind of moving around a lot, and it's brutal. Like these days are just so hot.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And so we've been coming in an hour early, and we leave an hour early. And there's another guy that I work with. He thought it would be funny to take my car and fucking dick around for 40 minutes after I'm supposed to have left.
Nice prank.
Yeah, like he literally was just. I was gonna go in my car. He just jumps in it because I leave my keys in the car if anyone needs to move it for whatever reason. And he's just gone. And he's joking. He drives around doing loops all around me. I'm like, dude, it was funny for the first 5 minutes. But 40 minutes, like I want to go home. I might as well just stay the full hour.
It's not really a prank at this point. You're just using all my gas.
I was fucking pissed. And there's another guy I carpool with who was just as pissed. So what we're gonna do, we're thinking, is we get coffee every morning with him. We're gonna try to find some laxatives or Viagra, and we're gonna give it to him, but not tell him. And oh man.
Give them both.
Could you imagine shitting diarrhea with a boner like that? On top of that, so these are outhouses, like porta potties.
Oh yeah.
So if you push your like dick between your legs and it touches the rim, you're probably gonna get some type of infection.
Yeah.
But
fucking nasty.
Just picturing him walking around, like, hey, he's gonna obviously he try to hide it, but he would think nobody knew, even though we all knew.
Yeah.
And just imagine being you have an erection for hours, you don't know why, and it's hot, like you're sweating, and you're on like where you're working is filled with guys, just men.
Oh yeah.
Sweaty, fat, hairy men. Like hopefully that works out.
It'd be so brutal. Nah, if you're gonna give him one, you should just give him both.
I'm just afraid, like, what if you give him too much and he's like has to go to the hospital because he's having a heart attack or some shit.
Yeah. Get blood clots or something.
Just think about getting a random boner, but now think about getting a random boner that won't go away and it's been lasting for 2 hours and you're moving around doing physical stuff. That'd be a pretty shitty day.
Wait, does he just do labor?
Yeah, pretty much. He does like repairs inside houses and like whatever a trade kind of messes up on, like plumbing or electricity. Well, not
like
electrical,
like
actually.
Handyman or whatever.
Yeah, handyman. He would do little repairs here and there. So yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, I'll let you know how that goes.
But on topic with that heat thing, man, one thing I've noticed, like, holy shit, it's been so hot recently. Like, I have no AC in, like, my apartment.
Yeah.
And since it's a bachelor's, it's just, like, a massive sliding door. And
Okay.
the curtains I got... Yeah, so the curtains I got, I can't, like, completely pull them. I can get, like, a third of the curtains pulled open, so I can barely let a breeze in. But even then, like the temperature from, like, me in my building and then, like, getting on the bus to go to school, and then, like, the second I get off the bus, like, I don't know if it's because there's just, like, so much more traffic and there's, like, a million fucking kids there, but, like, I walk out and I'll have, like, my smoke or something before class, and I walk in and I'm, like, dripping sweat off my face. It's awful. Like, it's so hot.
No, it is that brutal. It's making you
awful.
mad. But anyways, going on from that, we got a fair bit happened this week for news and updates, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it's been a pretty interesting week.
Yeah, it's been all right. So what's coming up for the month of September? They have we'll go over just the month of September. We're not gonna go over the Wintertodt yet because that was released today. Mm-hmm. They have Superiors.
We can talk about, like, our experience with it afterwards.
Yeah, we'll start talking about that afterwards. We'll go through the littler stuff.
Yeah.
So they have a thing called Superior Slayer that's kind of being introduced. It's in RS3 right now, and it's also in other games like World of Warcraft where it's like an elite spawn or a rare spawn. When you're killing a Slayer monster, there's a chance that a unique or rare version of that monster will appear, which will be stronger. Okay, so it has, when you kill it, it's going to drop 3 drops instead of just 1. And it'll give you 10 times Slayer experience when you kill it. I'm pretty sure the monster is going to be a much tougher version of it. Originally, they were saying they wanted it to be 2 times as strong and drop 2 loot or something like on those lines. So I don't know if it's going to be 3 times stronger or not. We'll have to wait and see. It might even be the same strength as the original, but we'll see.
Now, let's say me and you are doing Slayer, like, we're just 2 random people, and I kill, like, say a Bloodveld and, like, an elite or, like, a rare Bloodveld spawns. Can you kill it? Can you, like, get the tag on it and now it's yours?
I'm not too sure, because, like,
mine?
when I was reading the dev blog, it said when you kill the Slayer monster, it has a % chance, or, like, a rare chance of it appearing. So I don't know if, like, you're the one that kills it, and then he appears, and I don't know if it's yours specifically, or if every time a Bloodveld dies, there's just a random chance that it's going to spawn next instead of a normal Bloodveld, in which case I think anyone can tag it.
Yeah, because I can find that, like, frustrating, like, people cannoning Dagonoths for their Slayer, and, like, let's say you get the rare Dagonoth, and then this guy with the fucking cannon, like, steals it from you, even though it's multi-combat, but you know what I mean, like...
If I were to guess, I think they might be able to steal it from you. I think it might spawn as an upgraded version of the original monster, but it's not going to be anybody specifically tied to.
Okay.
We'll have to see, though.
Yeah.
So, September 17th, that's when RuneFest is going on, which I'm sure most people know what RuneFest is. They're going to be having a last man standing tournament there. So, that should be, I don't know, I guess that'll be fun. Last man standing's been kind of anticlimactic. I was really excited for it. Like,
yeah, I mean, it'll definitely be more interesting in, like, a RuneFest, like, a live setting.
Yeah.
Like, that'll definitely, like, give it a lot more spice. But I just,
I hope
it's a nice little addition.
I agree, and I hope it's kind of exciting. I hope it's not like some dull cringe fest. I hope it's like, kind of exciting. Kind of like how the Deadman Mode seasons were, or the tournaments were. Mm-hmm. Like, I watched them, and I didn't think I would enjoy them as much as I did, but they were fun to watch. I did like it. And speaking of Deadman Mode, after at the end of September, So I'm not sure if this is going to go on right after RuneFest or if it's just any time at the end of September. But Season 3 Invitationals is going to be starting. So I'm looking forward to that. It seems every year of the Deadman Mode tournaments, they are changing things for the best, which is good to see. I really want, I don't play Deadman Mode too much myself, but I really want that game to thrive because we all, a lot of people know, and if you don't know it, that has a really good chance of bringing in new players, especially with the
prize money you can win.
Yeah, the prize money you can win. Yeah. It's $10,000, and that's don't they give you like an in-game reward too? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But
I have no clue. They do make a lot of good changes to Deadman Mode. They have to be more aggressive with certain things. Like a big issue with Deadman Mode is that it encourages you to quit your job and just play non-stop.
Yeah,
and you get you have a clear disadvantage if you work a normal 9 to 5 or you go to school, or even if you have a part-time job, you have a disadvantage of certain people, especially streamers, because it's their job, right, to play the game. But so they're able to sit down and play it, and other people are able to sit down and play it all day. And the fact that day 2 people are running around ice barraging you, and you're well, hey, that's Deadman Mode. They have to either find a way to limit the time you put in, which I don't think is the best idea, or limit progress. They should put time gates, you can't complete this quest during the first week, or you can, but you can't use the rewards from it. Maybe you just can't use ancient magic after you do Deadman Mode. I don't know. They have to do something to not even it out, but make it more fun, because it is the worst if good examples the last Deadman Mode season, I guess this current one, in the beginning I was able to play it a lot, and day 1 and 2 I had a pretty good advantage, but since it was my first time doing Deadman Mode, I didn't rush magic, which that's clearly what you're supposed to do. I rushed range, and I went and did animal magnet. Well, I tried getting it done. I think I died just as I was about to finish it, but yeah, I even though I wasn't I didn't rush magic, I was able to get even further ahead because the amount of people I was killing. There was one point where I did pretty sure you're on at the time, and I was trying to get people to come help me, but I was doing a 1-on-3. I ended up killing 2 of them just because I had my level 44 prayer or whatever, so I was able to pray against all of the melee range and magic and get the bonus from range, and even then, that isn't even that ridiculous compared to imagine if I was able to ice barrage those guys. Yeah. It can get a little ridiculous.
Yeah. So
it's definitely shitty dying. You're a level 30, you're dying to a level 90 with ice barrage. That just makes you quit.
Yeah. And I feel unless you're on Adderall, you're gonna be at a huge disadvantage because
exactly.
There's gonna be people who are staying up 48 hours, and
yeah,
some people stream too, so that could be their job, and they're making money from that. And I'm not saying you shouldn't benefit more from playing more, but you shouldn't. Yeah, there needs to be a cap, because if that gap becomes too much, it just, people say it all the time. I was watching Bodhi stream, and he was saying it every time. He's we're killing the game mode by killing lower levels.
Yeah,
and they're well aware of it, but it's what you do. You know what I mean? It's
no, 100%. You're supposed to kill people. It's a food chain, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to kill people that are under you and levels and whatnot. But it gets to a certain point where it's not even fun. You're these guys are maxed magic with friggin' ice barrage, and okay, yeah, they added teleporting and stuff. You could do insta teleports if you're not in combat and all this stuff, but I find the way a lot of people get ahead in it is that they do really cheesy things. A lot of everyone mules. The amount of people I killed in Deadman Mode, and they had nothing in their bank, and I literally got what they had on them. I must have killed 30 people probably in Deadman Mode, and I had one bank that was that actually had stuff in it that wasn't just Tutorial Island crap, and even then it was oak logs. I had 500 oak logs for some reason. And obviously, he's just new, but the amount of people that are muling. And not even that, they have mules, and then they also have secondary accounts that do different things. Yeah. The guy who won Deadman Mode Seasonal 2, his name was On Coding or something, and he won, he got both, he had 2 accounts, and he got both of them into the Invitational, and he had his one like alt or like his mule or whatever. He wasn't really muling though, but he had one account that all he did was herb lore, and he just like killed chaos druids, I assume, and he just like focused on herb lore and him. And then on his main account, he actually did like all like the stuff that you should normally do, except he didn't have to slow down to get the herbs and make all the potions. And this guy had like probably like 80% of the Ceratum brews that were like in the game, and like he did give them like so many of them out. He gave a bunch of, like some streamers and to some random people, like, which isn't really expected, but like he like another person wouldn't have even done that. And like shit, like he did that. He still won though. I mean, he had like a really good like advantage just from having 2 accounts and being able to like be like super efficient on both of them. And I think like everyone or like a lot of people are doing that, which is like definitely not good for the game.
So, well, with that whole coding thing, is that proven or is that just alleged?
No, like he 100% like after he won, like I remember watching his stream and everyone's like congratulating him, asking what his like strategy was, and he straight up said he had 2 accounts. It's not like it's against the rules. Yeah. I don't think it is.
Well,
but he even said that like he had one account focused on herb lore. Like he 100% said on his stream. It's not like I'm speculating. Like he actually did say.
Okay, I just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, that can be rough. But at the same time, how can you possibly prevent that? How do you prevent somebody from playing 2 accounts? How do you prevent somebody from having like a mule would be easier to prevent, but even still, they have they want to try to do that. They have said before, and they ban them when they find them. But
yeah,
that's gotta be tough.
You can't ban your average Joe. Like you can't just ban your average guy that's playing because there's too many. But I mean, like if you have time gates, it like it makes it like less of a reason to have like multiple accounts, because like a big issue is like, okay, you have 2 accounts like right off the bat. Like if you get on hour 1 and you're like playing on 2 accounts at the same time, you can do like Stronghold of Security and get 20k instead of 10k.
Yeah, that's true.
And you can like funnel that onto one character, and like right off the bat, like that's so huge. You can buy like your fire staff and a crap ton of runes, and like that alone will give you like a really good advantage. But like it wouldn't be like the end of the world. Like obviously it isn't. It's a game and in a mode within a game. But I mean, like if they gave you like less of a reason to do that, right? Like, oh, I can't even do Desert Treasure for 2 weeks, or I can only get like 70 magic or whatever, 85 magic, for these 2 weeks. Like then they kind of have less of a reason to like min-max on multiple accounts.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, and I've seen that actually suggested before on Reddit, and having caps, not releasing certain weapons yet, or certain bosses, or even capping your skills. Let's say the first week cap is 30 or whatever. Example, which I do agree with it, but kind of jumping on that idea, what I would like to see as well, and you've played Diablo 3 seasonal, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I haven't really played it, so I could be completely wrong, but tell me if I'm being ignorant here. Every season, it's basically the same game, but they change things. Like suddenly something might be taken out. Does that happen?
Well,
at all?
Well, like they do like this, like the way the seasonals work. They do make bigger changes. Like they buff and nerf like certain classes and armor sets. Whatever. Like they do their balancing. But the main thing is they add like special rares and whatnot, or like in the past like recent ones is they kind of have like achievements that you can get. Like think of them as like a diary. Mm-hmm. Like there's chapters 1 through 5. You do them and you unlock certain armor pieces that like are supposed to start you off once you're level 70, and then you start doing like the end game content.
Yeah,
they don't like do they don't do too much that's like ridiculous.
Yeah,
like, a lot of those games. Yeah, they don't do like much like game changing. Well, they don't temporarily do game changing like updates to a seasonal.
So I was actually getting that game confused with League of Legends, a game that I actually play. So what I meant by that was every season they do some changes. They take some items out, they add some items in, they change some parts of the game completely. And I don't know if I could be wrong here, but I think from what if I'm correct, I think they do it just to change things up so people can't get a strategy down where that becomes the meta. For instance, chess. That game's been around for so long, people know that game inside and out, that no one's doing anything new anymore. They're they have set opening moves. They have set moves that have names to it. So somebody does something, guy goes, okay, they're doing that move. The way you counter that move is with this move. It's nothing new. It's all planned out. So what I think would be kind of cool too with Deadman Mode, if they want to keep this going on, it would be I think it would be cool if they had the caps on certain things, but also maybe every season change things up. Maybe have a season where you take out ancient magics. You just can't use it for that season. Just to see what people do. You know what I mean? Maybe, and actually we didn't even touch on the changes they did during this season. So they are doing some changes, and this is kind of what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. But it'd be kind of cool to see it on a more drastic level. But at the same time, judge for yourself. This could be a pretty big one. I think it's fairly big. So the changes they're having is the main ones. They're taking out the Grand Exchange, and they're taking out Zulrah. They're taking out the Grand Exchange just so that, I guess, more interaction. The trading's more intimate, I guess. And Zulrah they're taking out because they found if someone was able to get the Zulrah, and as soon as they got Zulrah items, there's the Serpentine Helm and Blowpipe, yada yada. They were kind of at a huge advantage, and it was really kind of hard to catch up.
Yeah, like that. Like I'm really happy that they take out Zulrah because, that was a really big issue in terms of just like the items you get and how quickly you could get them. Like it was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully they kind of keep doing that, but I don't mean like the season after this one. I don't want them to just keep removing stuff. It'd be cool to see them change things up. Maybe add in the GE next time, but take away the God Wars. That's just an example. Or take away Barrows. Just to change things up. You'll start seeing different strategies, and you'll start seeing different play styles. People will have to start playing out of their comfort zone. It's not going to be so much as whatever.
Because the one thing that really makes Deadman Mode bad is that they're the power players, and it's like this. Yeah, it's always going to be an issue, but especially with the way they have it, is that they have people that there's people that have the most optimal or out of it, compared to everybody else, their route for day one, the second they log on, they have a very optimal route that other people don't know, so they get this insane edge super fast, and then they go do Zulrah and stuff, and by day one they already have Zulrah on farm or something. But they really should even if it's bad, I just want to see them take risks. No more dragon weapons or something, or all the items you can use are free to play. Just have obviously people are gonna bitch, people are gonna find it fun, and you shouldn't cater to casuals, blah blah blah, all that crap. But I mean, you they gotta they just have to take some risks, and I don't think removing and putting in the Grand Exchange over and over again is that good because if I play this season, I highly doubt it because I just won't have the time, which is that's kind of lame. But they're just gonna shit. If I play, I'll probably just end up logging out, giving my pure bond or something, logging on to Deadman Mode on him, and then just have him sell everything in Varrock while I actually go do shit on my main guy. It doesn't all it does is kind of make it a pain. That's all it really does.
It can, but at the same time, it could be interesting because you'll start seeing a different environment. Maybe you'll start seeing clans controlling items. You know what I mean? Where which I like that type of stuff for the most part. I just don't like it when it gets so out of hand where it's just it's not fun.
Yeah,
where the control to one player is so extreme that
during season 2, I believe that one clan Raw, they controlled Zia.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
Such a cool. Yeah, that's an awesome concept.
Yeah, and I like stuff like that. And when I first heard of Deadman Mode, I'd started thinking about it would be so awesome to see a clan own Varrock that would allow casual, neutral people in for a fee, stuff like that. It sounds, you know what I mean, just kind of role play a bit. Something about that sounds really cool. And then I don't know, but we'll see if they continue to make changes, if they're gonna do these big leaps, but I agree. They should put a cap on things, and then they should do some pretty big changes, just to make things interesting.
Yeah.
But, I still look forward to the tournaments. They're still fun to watch.
I always do really enjoy watching them, and even, the invitationals, all that stuff, I really do like watching them. Participating is, very stressful.
Yep.
But watching it's, super entertaining.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to participate either. It's something that I would love to participate in, but I'm this way with every type of these games, like Rust and DayZ, stuff like that. I love the idea of having the survivalist game and then you being a top dog, but at the same time, it's hard, and I realistically just don't have the time.
Yeah, like semi on topic, but like games like Rust and stuff, like if you're gonna like try and like control like a server or like just control whatever in any of these survival games, like obviously you gotta just put more time into it, and like if you can, like, man, it's so satisfying. Like my best memories on a game is like when me and like my group of friends from school like controlled the server on Rust, and like literally people knew us as Deegan and Co. Mainly because I just talked so much shit, so everyone just kind of knew me more, and I was like obviously playing more than everyone else, but like it is like super nice to like be a power player, even though like half the time it's kind of like you're obsessing about it. Like shit, I remember one time I had a buddy over at my house, we were like landing some Rust, and it's friggin' like 4 a.m, and like we're about to go to bed, and he's like, yo, I'm gonna just quickly log on real quick, make sure we're not being raided. And I'm like, alright man, as I'm like gonna go turn off my computer and stuff and go to bed, he's like, oh shit, Deegan, we're getting raided. And it's like, what? And like literally 4:30 or like 5 o'clock, we finally like defend the raid, just me and him against a bunch of like little kids.
You're calling all your buddies to come online and help you out.
Their parents went out on like a couple's date, and they're just staying up all night trying to raid us. And like obviously it's a lot of fun, but then like the grand scheme of things, like shit, we were like like up at 5 a.m, we're obsessing, like we still want to be number one. You know what I mean? Like, but it definitely is like, it is really fun, and like you don't really get to have that feeling as much in RuneScape Deadman Mode. Well, like you can, but only for a short amount of time until the clans take over, which is like kind of a shitty thing. But
it's the whole mentality, you can't beat them, join them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So then you're joining a clan, and you know what? Maybe that's where all the excitement is. Maybe it's these clan wars that make the game a lot of fun. And maybe if we did try this season, we just joined a clan, and even for low levels, we might enjoy the game a lot more if we're able to call for backup and stuff like that. But
yeah, that would definitely be a lot of fun. Like, yeah, most people do join the clans, and like I wouldn't want to join like some crazy, like I would kind of prefer to join a clan full of like a bunch of noobs and stuff, where like we get decimated week 1, just because like it would be a lot of fun to just like run around with a bunch of people, like your heads are cut off or something, and just like try and struggle to like kill people. Like that would actually be a lot of fun. Yeah, like I don't know.
Yeah,
so maybe giving out like clan mode a try. Who knows?
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. It'll be fun to watch nonetheless. So, today was the release of the Wintertodt. Something that has been kind of discussed and written about in dev blogs before and on streams. And I think they mentioned this back when they were releasing Last Man Standing. Anyways.
Yeah, they released it a while ago.
So they released it today. It's basically... It's like a dangerous minigame. So if you die, your items will drop on the ground, but you can retrieve them. Luckily, 'cause I died and I thought you wouldn't be able to retrieve them, but no, they still stay there. So yeah, it's like a minigame, and it's like a minigame combined with fighting a boss, but you're using your skills instead of weapons and whatever it is. So it's in Zaya. If you go up like far north, it's in a snowy area, but the easiest way to get there is using the games necklace. You right click it and you can teleport straight to the Wintertodt. Fire making, it's basically like all wrapped around fire making for the most part. So they have it locked behind the gates of Den or something like that, and it's supposed to be some mythical creature. They don't really know what it is, but all they know is that if the winds and the Wintertodt gets out of the gates, it'll pretty much bring darkness, eternal darkness to the world. They don't know what it is. They don't know how to stop it. Basically, you're supposed to go in there, set it on fire, and keep it at bay. It's basically what you do. You walk in. Most of the stuff is raid available for you in little boxes as soon as you go in there. But you want to bring some food because you're going to be taking damage periodically every now and then. The damage just scales on your health. So if you're level, I think it's 10%. So if you're level, no, I don't really know how much it is. But if you're level 1 with 10 health, you'll be getting hit for like 2s and 3s, maybe 1s. If you're level 99, you'll be getting hit for 11s. Which some people are complaining about that, but people in this game complain about everything, so
Yeah.
it's not that big of a deal. If you have 99 health, don't complain about getting hit for 11s. But also, that damage is like to defend against it. It's based on warm clothing, I think it is, which I'm not really sure what that means, but people have been figuring it out, and you'll see a lot of people are using the Kiat hunting outfit, which is like that leopard or the tiger looking thing. And I've also read that a lot of people are using what do they call it, unique clue items or something like that. I'm not sure what that consists of, but check it out, play around with it, and even having no armor on, it's not that big deal getting hit without any armor to defend against it. It's manageable.
Yeah. I mean, I've been using like the yak hide armor and then just like some random just shit that I threw on, and like that seems to help out quite a bit.
Okay, that's good.
But yeah, like I don't really want to try that without armor. not for a little bit.
Yeah, I think it'll be manageable if you do. So basically, you gotta go in there. You have your axe. You're gonna start chopping this root, and you'll get these logs. And you put these logs in these fire pits, and it basically just shoots these fireballs towards the Wintertodt, which is like a blizzard-looking thing. You'll have to repair the fire pit, and you'll have to light it every now and then, which will also give you experience for smithing, and I think the fire making for lighting it again.
Yeah.
And then there's also pyromancers that are, I think they do the damage, and eventually they'll die, and you'll have to revive them. But there's a lot of like people are trying to figure it out, because in order to get the rewards from it, you need to get 500 points. And the way to get 500 points is from doing those little activities, which is burning the logs, which you're mainly going to be burning the logs. Each log is going to give you 10 points. So I think it's because a lot of people are doing this right now, since it's just a brand new update. But me and Deegan were both trying this today, and we found that if you slack even just a little bit, you're not going to get your 500 points, because it goes down fast, and you need to
especially like right now, there are so many people that if you're doing it, you gotta pay attention, especially when you're like dumping the logs into the fire bin or whatever, because you take damage and you stop, so you have to like watch your health.
Yeah, so that's probably one thing that I find so annoying. So when you're putting the logs in, it's what it's like you're cooking. It'll go through your inventory just putting it in automatically, but you'll take damage randomly, and then your guy will stop, but he'll do the animation before he stops, so it looks like you're putting the log in, but then it just doesn't happen. And
so it's definitely just best to just watch your health, and you see it go down, like the second it goes down, just click again.
Yeah, and there are times where your health will get hit, you'll click, the guy will start lighting it, and you'll get hit again, and you'll spend like 10 seconds not doing anything because you're just trying to get a log in. But
yeah,
I found it was pretty good experience, basically just for fire making. You get experience in herb lore for reviving the guys, and farming for picking the herbs, and smithing, but none of that was it wasn't noticeably any good. The fire making seemed pretty good. Like it's probably up there for normal lighting logs.
Yeah, I definitely think it's pretty good. Like, I was looking at the EXP drops for wood cutting, and I think it's like 23 per log, and you get them pretty fast, but it's still like, willows or whatever is probably better. Yep. But like with fire making, like I was getting at like 65 fire making. I don't know if it scales or not, but I was getting 193 experience per drop, and then if you successfully complete it with like 500 points or more, you get something like 5,000 or something like that. So like it is like pretty good fire making experience. Like
it is good.
I got a level. I went from 65 to 66 doing like 3 of them.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree. It's pretty good. So let's go over the rewards real quick, and then we'll talk about if we think the experience is too high. So there's the Pyromancer suit that's coming out, which is going to be just like the farming, the fishing trawler, the prospectors, and the lumberjack. It's going to give you 2.5% experience when you have the full set. They're also bringing in gloves for all the sets too, but they're not going to do anything. They're just going to be cosmetic, and they're just to kind of match with the set. On top of that, they'll also be going to be dropping the Tomb of Fire, which is like your god book, but basically you can charge it with these burnt pages that drop. And the pages, what it said was each page will give it 20 fire casts. It'll act as a fire rune. So basically, if you had the air staff and then the Tomb of Fire that was charged, it would act as a steam staff. Is it steam?
Yeah, I think so. Not 100% though. I actually don't know. I shouldn't say.
I can't remember which one it is. It's the air and fire staff, the elements.
Okay, yeah.
Anyways, on top of that, you'll be doing 50% more damage with fire elemental spells. And it gives you plus... let me pull that up real quick because I just closed it. But I believe it's plus 8 in attack and defense for magic. So, even when it's not charged with the pages, it says that it will still be able to give you the 50% damage and it'll give you the bonus stats. So, that's pretty cool. It is 8 attack and defense. That's cool. I'm okay with that. I don't see any problems with it. I know people were complaining about the burnt pages, but seriously, these are rewards that you're getting that fire making originally was a skill that you just literally burned your money.
Yeah.
With really...
Like, this is definitely going to be my alternative for leveling it up. Like, it's less click intensive. Depending on your method, it's actually probably cheaper. Like, I had like a full inventory of shark and I wasted maybe like 1 or 2, but I was able to get like quite a bit of experience. Like, I did 4 runs and then I was out of food.
Yeah, I was using Cerebrus, which is a bit more expensive, but I would just want to try it out.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're also releasing it's called the Broom A Torch, which is going to be an equipable, inextinguishable light source.
Sorry, you should go back to the Broom of
The
what?
Broom A Torch. So it's going to be a tradable... no, is it going to be tradable? Sorry, I don't know why I said that. It doesn't say whether or not it'll be tradable. Before, I think I read that it said it might be tradable. Okay. So it's going to be inextinguishable and equipable light swords. So I'm not really seeing when this is going to come in handy, to be honest. Unless you're just going into the Lumbridge swamps to dig for not the Lumbridge swamps, but the Lumbridge caves for like... I don't know, you're just trying to find... I don't know.
Yeah, it might be useful for like certain quests. I don't know if you just... Yeah,
I find that...
It's probably just more of a cosmetic thing.
Yeah, it could be. I find that when you're going into an area that's dark and you need a light source, you're probably going to be fighting something, or there's something down there that could attack you, so I'm usually there with weapon. But I'm not sure if it has stats yet. I don't know anyone who's got it. I haven't read about much, just from the devs blog I'm going off by. So, whatever. Little extra item. Doesn't really do much. Cool. So on top of that, on top of that has normal drops. Sorry, I didn't go over this before with the points. So when you need to get 500 points to get the chest at the end, and when you get 500, your first 500, you'll get 2 loot, and I believe every 500 after that, you'll get an extra loot. So I think the most efficient way would be, and this is hoping there's enough people there so that you're kind of hitting the time to get it. But as soon as you get 500 points, the game ends. That would be ideal. Then you just start again and keep getting 500 points, getting double the loot. So
yeah,
we both only did it. We only got 4 loot. You got 4 loot as well, right?
Yeah. I did. Well, yeah, I did it. I think I did it 5 times and got loot 4 times.
Okay, well, let's log the remains and we'll go over the little loot that we got. It's just to give you an example of what you can get. Yeah.
So I got a runite ore. I got 2 U seeds. I got 6 maple seeds. I got 44 U logs. Like 341 pure acid. You get like a bunch of random things like gold ore and diamonds and all that crap.
Yeah, okay.
But after 4 runs, I got like about like 300k. Like OS Buddy says 320k, and then just Old School just says 522k. So it's probably like 320k. Well, like it's pretty decent money, especially like if you want to do it for the experience. Like you're making like you can make some really good money.
Yeah, so that's pretty nice. I think what really helped you out there was the U seeds, because...
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that was definitely, like, the majority of the money.
So what I got was, I got 11 things of dynamite, which I didn't even know was an item, to be honest. I got 132 oak, 2 watermelon seeds, 12 addy ore, and 6k, so I made 42k. As you can see, Deegan made close to 300k, apparently, and I made close to 40k. So...
yeah...
We really have...
And I mean...
We didn't do it enough to really tell, like, what the drops will be consistently.
Yeah, like we have two very different conclusions on like the money and all that, but also factor in you can get a pet. And speaking of, like I've been here, like I was just chilling for a little bit, and I watched some dude just get a phoenix.
Oh yeah,
it says like the guy's name received the drop phoenix, and everyone's like freaking out, but it's actually like a really nice little pet.
Yeah, it looks cool.
And like the outfit looks pretty cool too. Like seeing some people like wearing it and whatnot. Like
the outfit looks fucking sick. I'm really happy with it.
It's,
the only thing
that's some fashion skate material right there.
Yeah, some quality. My only problem is that it's purely gonna be fashion skate and when you're fire making. But to be honest, like who's really fire making? And the only reason people fire make really is for the cape. Unless I'm missing some things that you want it for. Unless there's like obviously a hard diary, elite diary or something out there, but
yeah, like I know Kandarian hard you need 65, and I had to grind that out, and that was the worst. Like my wrist was so sore by the end of it. Just like I wish I had this alternative. Like this, I would have done this hands down. Like I hated life for the hour and a half or 2 hours that I was doing fire making because it's just so click intensive.
So let's compare the experience and the rewards, because I think the experience is I think it's really close, but I still think it's slower than it would be if you burned the logs.
Yeah, well, I think at certain logs it'll like unless the experience scales.
It does scale. So when I tested it out, I think I had 60 fire making. I was getting 180 experience, 108 0, and when I tested the U, and I think I was burning at 205. And you're going to be burning the logs way more, like a lot faster. You'll be burning a lot more per hour than you would in the mini game because you got to chop them. You're going to be taking damage.
Yeah.
So I do think the burning the logs will be faster, but this is a fantastic alternative. What it kind of reminds me of is blackjacking and thieving, and then pyramid plunder, where blackjacking is a lot faster, but it's boring and really click intensive, whereas Pyramid Plunder is still very fast and it's pretty close, but
you can make really good money too. You get that scepter.
Yeah,
like
what's that sitting at?
It's a
3
low
mil
chance,
or so, right?
But it's still a chance.
Yeah, and if you're doing that to level up, I remember talking to someone. He said by the time he was level 85, he got I think 2 or 3. So not a lot of people are doing Pyramid Plunder for the scepter specifically.
No, they do it for
it's a freebie,
the little experience you get.
It's a nice freebie, which. So yeah, give your opinion on the experience and the rewards, keeping in mind with burning logs.
Well, I don't know. I find that like I'm not super into like being like EXP efficient. Like I don't really care about EXP loss too much. Like, usually when I do things, I do it to make money. And, like, obviously, like, my opinion's a little skewed because I made, like, really good money for, I had an inventory of sharks, which is, what, like, 30K or something, 40K, and, I almost made 10 times that amount just from doing this. And, like, maybe it's, like, the honeymoon phase. Like, I actually found it, like, kind of, like, obviously it's a lot, well, anything's more fun than friggin' fire making. Like, it's definitely, like, I'd prefer to do this to 99. Like I think the experience is pretty like decent. Like you don't get as much per like log burn as you would just doing normal fire making, but it's pretty easy to get the 500 point like requirement if you get in like at like the second it starts. If you're in like you can like I've almost gotten 1,000 a couple times, and like I know if you have over 500 you get like 5K or something experience, which like might even offset the amount of experience you'd be getting from the U logs or whatever that you're burning.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's got to be close, but I still think the wood.
And like if you somehow get 1,000 points, I'm assuming you might even get 10,000 experience or something. Like there's probably like I wouldn't be surprised if there's scaling experience or how many points you can get into it. I mean, like as of right now, like I think it's pretty worth it. Like especially like you have a chance to get a pet, and like it's just like. Shit, it's even better for your wrist. Like you're not gonna get carpal tunnel in 3 days. Like it's definitely like a better alternative. If you have like a lot of food that you don't mind burning through, then by all means, like go ahead and do it.
I completely agree. It's more fun. Like it might not be the best per hour, but you have a chance of actually making money. You're gonna be watching. Yeah. You're watching it's kind of like a health bar. It's an energy bar. You're gonna be watching that go down. So it's just.
Your mic just cut.
You'll be watching the energy bar go down, which is a lot more exciting than watching your inventory slowly dwindle away from having logs. And on top of that, the loot. It's fun opening that chest at the end. I think that right there kind of makes it worth it. It's more fun. You're not just.
It's as exciting as fire making will ever get, I think.
Yeah.
Like actually, like they turned the worst skill into something that I could see myself getting a 99 in just from doing this. Like
I completely agree.
100%. Like every time I've ever had to fire make, I've always just I would rather runecraft than fire make. That's the one skill I always refuse to do unless it's something I have to do for Desert Treasure or a hard diary, and even then it's I'd rather quit.
Which is funny because fire making is a really fast skill to level up, but I guarantee, I bet you I know why. Because same thing happens to me. You're clicking and you don't get to determine how fast you go, and on top of that, you try to go too fast, and next thing you know, you just dropped a log for whatever reason. And you know what I mean? You just drop it. You gotta go pick it up and go somewhere else where the fire isn't.
And I also think it's one of the few skills that I get really annoyed if someone else is doing it around me.
Yeah.
If I'm at Grand Exchange and I'm making the fires, so I go to the east or whatever, and then I can run back to the Grand Exchange. I'm fire making away from it, and sometimes I'll see people that they'll just I don't know. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm gonna do some fire making too. But there's only 4 areas where you can do it in a decent spot without having to move, and you just get really fucking annoyed because shit, you're taking my spot and you got a world hop and shit, and it's freaking awful. And fire making's also useless, right? If you're scaling for a 99 in fire making, you're just doing it to kind of have a higher total level. You get nothing out of it. At least now. You can just make up the excuse that you're trying to get a pet or something, right?
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Have you seen how long a magic log will burn? That shit's 10 minutes.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking sick. So this is what I think they should add. They should add a watering can that you can put out other fires with, and it'll revert the experience the guy got. I think that's a pretty good idea, and I hope they put it in.
That would be the fucking... That'd actually be so fun, though. I would actually, make way more time just,
Well, okay, you couldn't have the reverting of the experience. Could you imagine, you're not paying attention, you look back, you haven't, gained any experience in, 2 hours?
There's just, 5 douchebags emptying their vials of water onto your fire making.
Yeah. Okay, well, anyways, that's the Wintertodt for you. And yeah, I like it. It's pretty cool. They did a pretty good job about it. Yeah. Well, the only thing is, we'll have to see once the hype kind of dies and people stop doing it as much, because right now every world is filled. Mm-hmm. So we'll see in a couple weeks if not as many people are doing it. If you're still able to, kind of beat the Wintertodt in a fair amount of time. So you don't want to be spending half an hour there trying to do it just to get nothing.
That's the one thing I'm going to be worried about. If it's a dead minigame, that's going to be pretty upsetting. As of right now, I don't think that's going to be a thing, because I actually think this minigame, or boss, or whatever you want to call it, this raid has, I think it does have, a lot of potential to, really change, a whole skill.
Yeah, so kind of similar to how Runespan changed rune crafting. I'm kind of talking my ass. I don't really know what that means, but all I know is that it changed how hard rune crafting is. It made it a lot easier. So like I said, I've dwindled in RuneScape 3 a little bit, and I'll go on the subreddit just to see what's going on there, and it's like reading a foreign language, but you see that a lot. Mm-hmm. But I don't think this is breaking fire making. Yeah, you're literally, like you said, the most useless skill. Now you're actually using it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can complain, because I don't think anyone will ever say this will devalue my fire making skill. It's
no, I guarantee you'll. If you go on Reddit, I guarantee you'll see that. But that's besides the point.
Yeah, shit. I would rather have it where I can just drop my cash stack and just light it on fire for experience. That's pretty much what you're doing, but in a way slower way. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lot of fun. We're gonna try it out some more. Hopefully we get some decent loot.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to talk about this week? This is your little discussion section.
So I was actually, like, now is probably a pretty good time to talk about it, especially with, like, Winterhold and, like, or whatever, Wintertodt or Toad, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, people are gonna, like, say that, you know, doing normal fire making, like, you know, better, like, you know, EXP gains, like, no EXP loss, etc. Like, maybe it's a good time to talk about, like, RuneScape's mentality when it comes to, like EXP loss and, like, how efficient all these people are and if it's actually good or bad for the game.
Okay, that's interesting, because, yeah, you'll see it a lot.
Like, I don't think there's any other game that has a community where, like, the average person, like, people actually will get upset at another player for doing a Slayer task a certain way or doing a skill a certain way. Like, people, like, actually get pretty upset. Like, a good, like, anecdote about this is when I, like, got back into Oldschool again, like, I took, like, a year hiatus, and I got back into it, and I was just kind of dicking around. Like, I went and got my fighter torso, I went and got my lava cape for the first time, or my fire cape, and I was doing, like, a bunch of clue scrolls and stuff, and I ended up getting, like, the gilded plate skirt, and just as a joke, I would wear, like, the fire cape with my fighter torso, and, like, my helm of Nezzy, and then, like, my gilded plate skirt, and then I'd wear, like snakeskin boots, or some random thing, sometimes even, like, my fancy boots or something. And then I'd go and do Slayer, and I had to do Blood Velds, and I went in Neve's Cave to do it. And I actually had so many people, like, talking shit to me, saying, like, I'm an idiot for wearing this armor, and I should just wear D-Hide because they do magic-based melee, and, like, you're wasting food, like, you're gonna have to go back and bang, like, you're doing, like, you're literally ruining your time and making your Slayer gains worse. And, like, so many people were, like, shit-talking me. And it's actually kind of funny, because a bunch of people were shit-talking me, and then I see, like, one of the streamers, son on Oldschool, on his
oh, this must have been way back then, eh?
No, this was, a couple months ago on his Iron Man called the Money Grab, I think that's his name.
Okay.
Yeah, he just, like, runs past, and he's probably sees, like, 2 or 3 people, like on follow, like, literally, like, dude, you look fucking disgusting, dude, like, oh my god, where your D-Hide? I just kept, like, saying, man, it's my fashionscape, dude, I look dope as fuck. And he just, like, comes up, he's like, yo, what's up, G? He, like, starts talking to me for a little bit, and then eventually they just kind of, like, stopped talking, and I just, like, world hopped, and it's, like, I think doing that one task, I think I counted, like, 8 or 9 people that were bitching at me about not wearing D-Hide. And, like, I've had a lot of people, like, you know, on my friends list, or when I actually added people, like, you know, this was obviously a while ago, because I don't really add people anymore, because all they do is fucking ask for money. It's really annoying.
They don't add people because it's EXP waste, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But, like, you're like, hey, man, what are you doing? Like, oh, I'm, like, wood cutting. Like, oh, what are you doing? You logs. And it's like, oh, why are you doing that? Because I'm going to, like, fletch them, and then, you know, I'll go buy bowstring and make them into longbows, and then I'll elk them or something while I'm doing agility. And they're like, dude, that's fucked up. Like, oh my god, that's so inefficient, and blah, blah. And, but, like, that's, like, the way I like to skill, right?
Yeah.
I like to have, like, a series of things that I do that, like, it all kind of adds up. Like, I'll woodcut to a certain level, or, you know, woodcut enough logs to hit, like, you know, say 85 fletching, that's what I did. And then I'll fletch them all, and then I'll elk them while I'm doing agility, or just some random thing. But a lot of people, like, actually just like, man, that's so overkill. Like, I'll like be doing agility while elking, and some will be like, oh man, what are you fletching? Like, oh, you longs. Like, oh, like, how much money are you losing? And it's like, well, I'm making some gold because I made all the, like, the bows myself. And like, that's so overkill, man. Like, what the hell? Like, that's like the slowest way to progress. Like what? I don't know. Like, a lot of people, maybe I'm just too honest with the way I do things. Like, I am pretty slow, and like, shit, I did like 60 to 75 smithing doing steel cannonballs because I want to make money while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Or I did 60 to 73, and then I just did mithril dart tips. But like, yeah, like, I find like a lot of people think that's really stupid because like it takes so much time. But it's like, shit, dude. Like, really, like, what's the end game? Like, you get a 99. Like, RuneScape is the perfect example of like the and then what game where it's like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to get 99 attack, and then what? Get 99 strength, and then what? Like, you know, there's a constant, like, at the end, you're going to have 99 everything if you're going to keep on playing, and then, like, and then what? Really?
Yeah,
Like the whole point of the game is like do something the way you like it and have fun with it. But a lot of people like seem to think that's stupid.
RuneScape is literally the saying. It's not about the destination; it's about the journey. Because your destination is what 12 hours of clicking wood like a tree. You know what I mean? Like trying to get level 99 wood cutting. That's the thing. When you look back. When I look back on myself playing RuneScape, I remember this, I remember that, doing this. A lot of fun things here and there that really, I remember them, but it really didn't get me much anywhere in the game, or if it did, it got me there slowly.
Yeah.
But, like, how often are you sitting there remembering about that weekend you spent, like, 48 hours, 2-tick wood cutting, or whatever the fuck do they call it? Tick fishing.
Yeah, 2-tick.
What do you have to show for it?
Whatever.
You have a level and you have carpal tunnel. Like that's it.
Yeah, like every time I think back on like my memories of like even like of recent like RuneScape, like man, some of my most fond memories are like two of my buddies. They're both like level 50s. One of them had just completed Monkey Madness for his first time. So like. Me and then my other like high level friend who's like maybe 110. We went and brought them both to the duel arena. I gave them like full set of potions and then I gave them food and I was like, all right guys, like get whatever armor and shit you want and just duel in the arena for fun. And I went and I actually still have the video on my computer somewhere. And it's like an 8-minute duel and like it's like the most awful. Like anyone who PKs would just like bleed. Like I watched my friend use like 3 specs of his D-Sim. Just to like get rid of the guy's prayer, like that's like, and like me and my buddy just sat there and watched. Like I would like use my like dark bow spec and full void to see what I would hit or whatever. But like we just pretty much watched them, and we were all in TeamSpeak, like like laughing and just having a good time. And then whoever won, I gave him some money just for some like fun or whatever. Yeah. And then we went to like the duel arena for the rest of, or not the duel arena, sorry, the castle wars the rest of the night, and it's just like. Like, shit, like, we got nothing done, but, like, well, I even lost, money and stuff, but, like, it was so much fun. Like, I think a big part is, okay, I'm playing with a bunch of my friends and stuff, and we're doing things together. Like, the average RuneScaper doesn't do that. They just kind of play on their own.
Yeah.
Which I think actually contributes a lot to the whole EXP waste issue. Yeah. Is that, like... But, yeah, like, I mean, like... Yeah, all my fond memories are, like, just doing, like, the most random shit that, like, it's, like...
Yeah, and I completely...
Yeah, like, it's a waste of time, a waste of experience, but, like, man, it's way more fun than, me doing Slayer and full D'hide and not getting shit on about it, like...
Yeah, no, I agree. The thing is, it's kind of a vicious cycle. The whole mentality of being as efficient as possible, it does kind of hurt the game in the sense that you don't see Castle Wars getting used too much. You don't see, certain mini games or certain parts not getting visited ever because it's not efficient to go there. Yeah. So, like before Old School RuneScape, like 2007 era, I really enjoyed the fight pits in the Tazar caves.
Yeah,
which was like it was similar to Last Man Standing in the sense you're thrown to an arena, fight it out, last one standing, bam, you win.
Yeah, you get a bunch of Oldschool or whatever.
Yeah, Tokul or whatever it is. But that I was never like a 126 ever. I was maybe like a level 90 when I was really enjoying it, and I got shit on a lot. But I had so much fun doing it, and I would stay there. I would go there to Owl because that was like my spot. It was just a good time. Now when you go there, it's barren. There's nobody there, and it's sad. Like, why does nobody want to try this? And the thing is, like, what's going to happen to Last Man Standing? There's going to be a few people to play because there's a money incentive. But, these fun little mini games don't get used as much because these people want to be as efficient as possible, and then you just don't get experience from it. But at the same time, I can understand why they want to be as efficient as possible. A lot, like I said this last week, but a lot of people have played this game before, and they were high levels. Like, they're not having fun being level 40 again. They're wanting to get to where they were before, so they want to get there as fast as possible. They don't want to dick around playing, killing hill giants. They want to move up as fast as they can. Yeah. So they're trying to be as efficient as possible. But then you just got people who are complete monsters. Like, I think it was Hexus clan? Whatever. A clan of people who just really focus on tick fishing and stuff like that, being as efficient as possible. There's groups of people who are like that, and for the most part, I don't it is a lot. Everybody does it. I've barely done Last Man Standing because I want to get 99 strength, or I want to get 94 magic. Whatever your end goal is, you kind of want to get close to that as fast as possible. And
I totally see like the difference between fishing like swordfish to like or whatever to 99 as opposed to like shark. Like the time difference is like a month. Like that is a big time difference, and like I can understand all of that. And I think a big thing with the mini games is that like the only mini game you actually really see. There's probably like other ones that I can't think of right now, but like Barbarian Assault is something that's always filled. Because there's like rewards you can only get from there that are actually really good.
Yeah, pest control is the same way.
The fighter hat and the torso like are super good, and I think a lot of the mini games are like they're pretty shit. Like, like in terms of like what you get from them, or like
Castle Wars
awful.
The Castle Wars ornament armor. It's like what I'm pretty sure the best tier is as good as adamant. Like seriously.
Yeah. Like. I mean, it's not like I play RuneScape and I just try and level up as slowly as possible. Like, of course, I go do NMZ, I go full Deharrock, I put a timer on, I open up a YouTube video of an hour, but a timer that beeps every fucking 45 seconds. I did that for a week straight during the summer, and or almost a week straight, and for 90 strength, and I just sat there and flicked my HP, so I wouldn't go above 1. Like that was the main reason why I did Recipe for Disaster, was so I could get the cake thing, and I could also get the gloves finally, so I could go and get that extra strength bonus, and then go full Deharrock and get like really good strength experience. Like I'm totally all for it, but I guess, like, personally, for me, after a week, man, I thought I was going insane. Like, living off of a 45-second beeper, and then just, like, beep, and, like, oh, shit, and you, like, double-click, and you'd be watching, like, a movie or something, and just beep, like, every 45 seconds. Like, obviously, like, at the end, it's, like, it's really nice. I still have 90 strength. I haven't really touched it yet. I'm gonna go for 99 soon. But, not soon, actually, I take that back. In a while.
One day.
But, yeah, one day. Once I, probably get like 94 mage and like 94 range or something, maybe 99 range. But like there's some people that are like so obsessed about it that they actually like give other people issues, and they'll complain like on Reddit or whatever, or just to someone they see. Like they just like, I know it's like a weird thing. I know a lot of it is just how RuneScape's like one giant meme of just like no EXP waste, but like it's still like a really weird mentality to be so focused on like if you're doing something you have to be as efficient as possible.
Yeah.
Like,
obviously,
like they have to like find a way to like not give incentive to waste your time, but like be more social.
Let's move on. I think we talked enough about that. Let's talk about our Iron Man segment. So last week, the challenge we had was whoever had the highest total level at the end of the week wins. And the restriction we put on ourselves was it could only be within the wilderness. The only times you could leave is to bank at Edgeville, but anything done has to be in the wilderness. All right, so yeah, how did that go? What was your plan? How anything interesting happen?
First of all, my total level is 115.
Well, we'll go over the total levels at the end. Just walk us through how your plan was.
Okay, so for my plan and what happened was very, very different. So what my plan was to start off, I would go and like, cut logs and do the kill giant rats, get the meat, bury the bones, cook the food, eat it, like all that shit, and grind rats for a little while. I'm getting a bunch of stuff done, but so yeah, as I'm doing that, I the guy's name was, I don't even know if I should say his name. It's not really a big deal, but okay, as pretty much 10 minutes in, as I'm doing this Iron Man comes through the wilderness, and he's like, oh shit, are you like a, we just start talking about our Iron Man, and I'm like, oh, I explained to him like, hey, I do this for a podcast, this is just like the first thing, and I give him the whole rundown. He's like, man, that's super sick. Did you know? I'm like, yeah. Like, and he's like, oh, so like, what's your plan? And I explained what my plan was to pretty much kill giant rats, and then woodcut, get to a certain woodcutting level, and what I wanted to do was like, yeah, get certain melee stats. Like what I did was I got 5 attack, 5 strength, and then I ran into, I forget what it's called, but there's like a graveyard with skeletons. I went and picked up the steel dagger because it's got like a better stab bonus, like a better attack bonus than the training sword. And then there's a place where steel plate legs dropped. I was gonna get the plate body, but like there's no way you can get that without dying. Like, you gotta have good food and get lucky, because you can actually get one-shotted by like the demons there to get the plate body. But I ran and grabbed those, and then I like went back and, you know, continued, and with my Iron Man armor, my steel, like my poverty armor pretty much, and I was gonna grind those for a bit, and then, you know, eventually trade up mobs and like kill zombies once I got good enough, because there was giant rats near the zombies, and like there was 2 giant rats you could kill that were level 3 by the bandits camp, and then to the east of that bandits camp is where the zombies are. So I was gonna just kind of like float back and forth, get food, and then, you know, maybe get some better drops from the zombies.
Sure.
And anyway, so I tell the guy my plan, and he's like, well, like, dude, this like works out perfectly. Go to the bandits camp. There's a fishing spot there. And I'm like, no way. And I go and Google it, and you can net, and so you can get shrimp and anchovies, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, holy shit, like, dude, you're a fucking genius. I'm gonna win this. I'm gonna get like my fishing up. Dylan's gonna be like, well, like, what the hell, like, and you know, I was gonna be like the super, like, it was gonna be sick. Anyways, so I run to the bandits camp with my hatchet and like all my shit. And for some reason, I just didn't even think they were going to be aggressive. I run in, get fucking one-shotted on my way to go net, and I spawn, and I'm like, shit, I didn't keep my hatchet because I had my steel, like, stuff, and then I forgot, like, I kept some random item, like my fishing net or something, over my hatchet, which is bullshit.
Yeah, that sucks. Hold on,
but,
can I cut in for a second?
So, yeah.
Did you know there's a path that leads on the other side of the bandit camp straight to the fishing spot?
Yeah, like on the eastern side, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I went in through there.
Oh, you did?
They're still aggressive. Yeah, and I'm such a low level that a level 20 is going to fuck me up. And there's also like a level 110 or something that paths around there.
Yeah.
And so that happened, and I'm like, well, and I think I shot you a text. This is fucking bullshit. I'm done.
Yeah,
Fuck this. Like, I'm super pissed. I'm like, fucking, this is stupid. Like 30 minutes in, and I lost. So then like I log off, and I'm like, okay, there's like gotta be a way for me to bounce back, and it'll be interesting if I find a way. So I remember from doing Lost City? Whatever one where you can equip, like, you know, the dragon longsword and the dagger.
Yeah, Lost City.
And I remember you go to Wintertotts, you kill the zombies for the hatchet, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm a genius, I'm just gonna go and kill zombies, because what you can do, and I did this for giant rats quite a bit, was you can put them in a spot by a tree or by like a warning fence or whatever in the wilderness, and you can pop out one square, hit them, and run back.
You have to
and
wait
if you
like
time
30
correctly,
seconds in between each hit.
Yeah. And so I looked it up, and the skeletons in Edgeville, or the skeletons in general, which there's some in Edgeville, they drop an iron hatchet, and it's uncommon. And so I killed 4 of them, and I realized it took me 10 minutes per kill to actually get one. All I got were bones. 40 minutes of just bones. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go to the zombies because you can get iron and bronze, but they're both like on uncommons, but there's 2 different ones, so maybe it balances out. So then I spent like an hour and a half, maybe plus, killing them, and like enough for me to go from like 5 attack, 5 strength to 20 attack and 19 strength. That's how many I killed, and I have to do that thing where I hide and pop out and hit them once, and it was so fucking awful. But I'm like, I'm still really excited. It's like, man, maybe I'm gonna get lucky. So like, I'm gonna say like maybe 3 hours into the challenge, I've done nothing. No hatchets have dropped. I've killed so many that I'm like, this is something is up. And I for some reason, I want to say I read somewhere that you don't get certain drops in the wilderness off certain monsters, but I wasn't sure. So I logged off, went onto my main account. Like, I don't think this is cheating, because like, I wasn't doing anything for my Iron Man. I was just kind of like figuring out this would work. I've killed like 200 skeletons and like 400 fucking zombies, and no hatchets dropped. 2 bronze kite shields dropped from the zombies, and like the hatchets and stuff from the zombies are like as uncommon as cosmic runes. But I saw like 30 or like 40 drop, like no, way more than that. You probably like 70% or like 40% of my kills there was like cosmic runes or something uncommon. So then I just kind of figured, well, this is bullshit. You can't get hatchets from monsters in the wilderness. I don't even know if you can. I killed so many I didn't get one. I just decided to chalk it up to like, if it takes me this many to not get one, I'm not going to get one in the 7 hours. So then Yeah, so I log back onto my guy, and I'm like right by the giant rats, and I start killing them, like at the bandits camp, those level 3s, which are probably like the ones I should have started off killing in the beginning, because yeah, they're lower level. But as I'm killing them, I'm like starting to think like, man, like do general stores sell bronze hatchets? Because I have no clue. Like I might be able to like lose like aggro, like I might be able to like lose like they won't become aggressive to me if I kill these giant rats and then run in and quickly grab the hatchet if it's in the general store or not. So I look up and then I find out that they actually sell like a tinderbox and a bronze hatchet in the friggin' bandits camp general store. So I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome. Like I found the solution, except it took me over half the Iron Man to realize I can do this. And so, like, I'm killing those things, and, like, 5 minutes goes by, and I'm sitting in, like, World 329 or something at this point, and I see, like, 3 dudes chasing one guy, and they run into the bandit camp, and they start fighting, and it's multi-combat, so all the bandits swarm them, and I'm like, oh my god, this is my chance, and I, like, run, I run past them all, I go into the friggin' general store, there's 110 in there, like, I freaking panic and hide, and eventually the guy passes to me and I can trade him. I get the hatchet. I try and run away, I die, but I keep, like, the steel stuff and then the hatchet. And I'm like, okay, this is good. And then I continued on my plan of killing, wood cutting and killing giant rats and stuff. But then I just, like, straight up ran out of time.
Yeah.
And it was kind of shitty. I mean, like, if it worked out, if I was able to, like, get to that fishing spot and not die and set back, and if I knew about all this, like, I don't know. It would have been a lot better, but I'm actually, like, kind of surprised at how much stuff there is to do in the wilderness. Like, I thought it was going to be, like, way more boring. Well, I should say, I forgot to mention this, right off the bat, I kind of lied. The very first thing I wanted to do was go to the bone altar and bury the bones, but I didn't know they added an update at some point that put a bunch of, like, high-ass level mages there. And so when I went there, I got one-shotted, and as I went back, there was, like, a level 94 just killing them, and I was like, oh my, and I said, like, I love you, took all my shit and ran. That should have been, like, my first lesson of, like, yo, these guys are aggressive.
Yeah,
but
I think almost everything is. So, my week went better, I guess. A little similar, but better. So, basically the same thing. There's not much you can do out there besides combat, at least at the start. Combat and woodcut. So, yeah, I went and killed the, did a lot of wood cutting. Then I was killing giant rats as well. But level 6s, they fuck you up when you're a low level.
Oh, yeah.
So, I didn't want to waste my time and just die a bunch. So I decided, let's go wander. I banked all my shit, and I decided I'm going to go wander, because I know there's going to be some random items I just couldn't think of.
Your mic keeps cutting.
Sorry. It's too far away.
Yes, you went to go wander?
Yeah, I was just wandering around, because I know there's a bunch. I wanted to find a knife, and I thought I would find a knife on the ground that I could start fletching a bit. I don't know why I want to start fletching, but that was my plan. Maybe find a knife. Mm-hmm. And so I'm, wandering around, and I found a really good spot that fucking really helped me. It was where the crazy archaeologist is. It's called the Ruins, and it's
okay.
It's like a building that's kind of destroyed. There's walls everywhere, but there's a bunch of the level 1 rats and spiders that can't hurt you. There's a bunch of level 3 rats. There's a bunch of level 6 rats, and there's a bunch of level 2 spiders that barely hurt you. So you had so much to choose from, where you could like fight the little guys and just wait for your health to regain. So I was there for a bit, but the only kicker with it was every now and then you would probably get one shot by the crazy archaeologist because you just weren't paying attention and he snuck up on you. So that happened. Lost a bunch of stuff. Then I decided I'm just going to kill level 6 rats at the beginning, do some wood cutting to cook the food, and then I wanted to fight the thugs. Because I know the thugs drop clue scrolls. At least I know the ones in Edgeville do. I'm assuming those ones do as well. I just I don't, and so I was guessing they gotta drop something. Maybe they'll drop like iron armor, iron weapons, whatever it is, something that'll just help me out because I lost all my iron armor. But that's basically it. Spent the rest doing that. What total level did you get to?
Yeah, so I only got to 115.
Ooh, I got 159. So
shit.
looks like I take the W this time.
Yeah, looks like I gotta make a donation.
Yeah. So that'll be 100K. We'll probably find an account we can kind of store everything on that we can just do a drop party.
Or we can just like, tally it all
Tally
up.
it up, yeah.
We'll
keep track of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, cool. That was a nice, interesting start to it. It was fun. Yeah. I agree. There is a lot to do in the wilderness. There's so much. Like, I didn't realize there's anvils and there's furnaces to smelt. Like, what the fuck? How long has that been there?
See, what I was wanting to do is I wanted to go check out all the mining spots and see if I could find copper and tin. And I was like, oh my god, I could like... you could do like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I honestly think we should come back once we're higher levels.
I was going to say the same thing. We should make this a regular thing. Maybe we'll do it... We'll talk about this more. Normally we discuss all the challenge and restrictions before the show, but we're going to do this on the show here. So, yeah, it's something that would be cool. Maybe regularly, once a month or something. Or maybe... throw it in there because there's a lot to do. It keeps it in line with the show. I like it a lot.
And I mean, like, as we learn, there's like more things we can do. And obviously, as we become higher level, the only thing I suggest is that we change it to like how much EXP you get. So you just write down however much you start off with.
Well,
however much
we'll change it up just to make.
We'll definitely like make it a lot more unique. But yeah, I think like, man, this has like so much potential. Like if I came into this and I actually, like, maybe even if I, like, went on, like, my main or something and ran around and figured it all out, but I don't know, I kind of felt like that was cheating.
It made me want someone else to make a wilderness-only account. So someone should do that, because there's a lot to do. It'd be a lot of fun. You got bosses to kill. Like, shit.
Yeah.
The guy who's only on Karamja, man, I hate the words in RuneScape. Yep. The guy who's stuck there, his only boss is what? Jad? Good luck with that. Yeah. So, I don't know, the wilderness is cool.
I honestly, like, this makes me want to make an Iron Man and do this. Like, another separate one.
Yeah.
And just, like, it was actually so much fun.
Wilderness only. It reminded me of these survival, Rust-like games that were survival. Kill or be killed. Okay, but...
So, I was going to say, because I had this, like, really weird idea, and I didn't want to tell you, and if I was allowed to do it, then you were going to do it, and if I did it and I wasn't allowed to, then I would have just cheated. But... what I wanted to do was go to Taverly, pick up the Slayer task, and see if I could get, like, giant rats, and then get my Slayer experience on them. And, like, I was like, man, like, is this cheating? Because, like, it is, because you're doing shit that isn't in the wilderness, but you're also getting all your experience in it. I just wanted to...
I would say it would be. I think it's... with that one, it's, like, literally... Well, for that challenge too, the only time you could leave the wilderness is when you died and you had to run straight back. You couldn't pick anything up or do anything. And same with banking. If you wanted to eat food, you couldn't eat it in the bank. You had to take it out, go in the wilderness and eat it. So yeah, it'll be fun to visit that again. What do you want to do for this week's challenge? Like I said, normally we discuss it before the show, but we'll just do it on the show because fuck it.
I'm not too sure. I'm pretty hung up on the wilderness. Like, I had a lot of fun. Like, in hindsight, like, it was a lot of fun, but...
It was.
What do you have in mind?
I was thinking if you wanted just to progress the counts, we could make it a quest challenge. You know, whoever gets the most quest points, or whoever gets... this is what I was thinking. We could have one was... The challenge could be whoever gets the most levels or experience, and the restriction being only through quests.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Okay, this way it helps our accounts to start off. It kind of keeps it civil. Most people are doing this anyways. They're doing quests at this low level. So we'll do it, and we'll start making things interesting as it goes on. Cool.
The only thing... So if we have to kill monsters within the quest...
You have to do it for the quest. So if you got to kill imps for... whatever that quest is. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, magic potion or whatever.
Yeah,
Witch's potion or whatever.
Witch's potion. Yeah, then you can kill the imps. But if it's like the quest is, Dragon Slayer, you got to kill Elvarg, but you're not strong enough to kill Elvarg yet. You can't go train off hill giants till you're strong enough to kill it. You have to go do another quest. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll see how that goes. That should be fun. I'm sure we can kind of foresee what we're gonna do. All right. So we started getting. We're gonna move on. Just move on from that. I don't want to. Anyways, we're gonna have some giveaways coming up in the next few bits. So what we're thinking, we're gonna have the same song playing in each episode from this one until I want to say episode 5, maybe episode 6, maybe less. We're not gonna write it in stone. Holy crap, I can't talk. So the first giveaway we're gonna do, it's gonna be, actually, you know what? Let's keep that a secret. The way you can win is you have to email us at thewildernesspodcast@gmail.com. Email us what your username is, and tell us the name of the song that is playing from this episode until we do the giveaway, which I'm going to say episode 5 for now, but that could change at a moment's notice, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
So at the very end of this show, send us an email with your username and the name of that actual song, okay? It's perfect.
All right.
So I'll give us, a little housekeeping, I guess. So we made a Facebook group called The Wilderness Podcast. If you want to join us on there, you can. It's empty right now, obviously, but, if you want to keep your discussions to that, you can. We have kind of a few venues if you want to, kind of start a little community with us. Okay, so there's our Facebook. Our Twitter is at The Wilderness RS. Our email, I said before, but I'll say it again. It's thewildernesspodcast@gmail.com, all one word. Okay, we have a Discord set up, so we'll find a way of getting it out there for you guys so you can join us. And, you'll have other people to talk to as well. And, yeah, we plan on having a podcast of what we done this week on the Iron Man. It'll probably come out sometime next week. We're gonna it'll be easier to gauge how long actually it takes to edit a video and whatnot when we actually do it. So keep you guys updated for that. And I think that's it.
Yeah, do you have anything you are going to be doing this week, or anything you want to talk about now instead of next episode, or any final thoughts or anything?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Wintertott's pretty cool. I got work next week. It's going to be hot. Hopefully I don't hang myself. That's about it. How about you?
Hopefully I can get some, RS time in. I mean, yeah, with school just starting and everything, it's all picking up, pretty quickly and whatnot. But, yeah, I mean, hopefully I can get some shit done finally. It's been too long.
Yeah, it's all about the grind.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I guess that's where we're going to end the show here. So thanks for listening, guys. This was episode 2. Tune in next week for episode 3. Alright, take care and have a good night.
Alright, see you next week.